Hey folks, welcome to the All Access SPY report for May the 20th. If you're interested in the extended version with specific levels to trade and that sort of thing, strategies, you can find the extended SPY at www.thetradingbook.com. All right, there we have it. Hey, listen, I want to show you this. I had this up on a picture a while back. It's an extended ABCD pattern. I took it off because it was getting a little noisy up here. But wouldn't you know it, it's getting to the top of that range right there. Now, interestingly, because the market is fractal, and I do talk about that quite a bit, we have patterns within patterns within patterns within patterns. Here we have an alternate ABCD pattern that does seem to be coming pretty much into target right up here. What should we have? Hey, listen. Japan is up, China is up, all the Asia markets are doing very, very well. If it holds, we'll have ourselves a gap up, which we expect to see fade into resistance level 3, resistance level 2. And that way, if it holds this region, it's in good shape. Now, something else that could happen, we could have a complete reversal. Something happen in the European markets. It could gap down. If it gaps down, probably going to come into this area. But guess what this is? Yeah, that's a breakout space. Test, 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 success, right? 3 times on the test, moves up and out. What's the natural thing to do? Market should come back, retest the level. If it retests the level, it should move to the upside. What's that level? 166.26. Watch for it to come back and hold the region. If it's really aggressive and it's going to move to the upside, hey, listen, we could get all the way up to 169.35, 170, right? The reason that the market continues to move forward, in my mind, is that there are still a lot of people thinking that they're super smart and they're trying to get short in front of this move. Now, listen. I used to be totally guilty of this in my earlier trading years, I've got to tell you, because there's some kind of great feeling that you get if you catch a top or a bottom. It's someplace you just want to pat yourself on the back and go out and wait for the accolades, right? Everybody wants to be exact. Hey, I'm no different, right? I want to be exact. I want to be as good as I can possibly be, and so that's why I strive the way that I do, right? So, I take this game very, very seriously. Now, here's the thing, though. If there are people being smart, saying, hey, listen, you know what? This is it. I'm going to short this because if I don't now, it's going to collapse and then I'm going to miss out. That's a general mentality, right? And there's that mentality. I read it all over Twitter. Hey, listen, if you don't get in front of a trade, there's no opportunity. Whatever, okay? Totally bogus argument in terms of developing consistency. That is the absolutely most difficult way to achieve it. Just saying. So, here's what's actually happening. Those people who are saying, hey, listen, I'm just going to get in front of this. It's going to be a short. I know it's rolling over. Kind of like the folks. Hey, listen, we talked about this on Friday, right? Or last week Friday, maybe. I can't even remember when we did this. Maybe it was last week Thursday. I don't know. So what we had was low, a lower high, and another lower low. Telegraphs a lower high, which we had, but we did not get the lower low. Instead, we held the lower high until we breached it. And then that broke the pattern. But see, here's what people do. They see this and they go, oh man, you know what? It's rolling. This is it. And they get in and they're short and the day opens up like this and they go, oh crud, or oh, fill in the next expletive, whatever. And then it pops and everybody's getting their stops run and that's pushing the market higher. And it's going to continue to do that as long as people try to step in front of these trades, and they're going to try to step in front of them until the market exhausts them, right? Like Brian Shannon says, the market will either wear you out or scare you out. Okay, the shorts are going to get worn out here. And when they're totally worn out, that's when the market's going to roll. Because, as I say all the time, the market takes as few people with it for the big rides as completely possible. It's just the nature of the game. And if too much of us are stacked on one side, it's the other side that's going to make the money. It's like that all the time. Realize it, roll with it, let it be your friend. Okay, so as we take a look at this, we realize, hey, we've got a lot of upside momentum. Wow, hang on. Yes, never a dull moment around here. Never ever. Okay, so, yeah, that's what we're going to look at. If you are thinking about the gap up, just watch the higher lows and the higher highs. Listen, if you pay attention to what your candlesticks are doing, they're going to tell you where to go. And if you look to the left, it's always going to give you a relative support region. Your brain should always be saying, where's this going to? All right, let the market lead you. You're going to make a lot more money consistently. Listen, I'm not saying I am rarely the gal that catches the top and catches the bottom. I'm also rarely the gal that loses her shirt because I've just made a bet that's completely out of the range of normalcy, right? But if you stay like that, listen, your goal is to be consistent. You're not here to be a slugger, right? You want to be the guy that dribbles up the first and gets on base every single time. If you get on base, you will be there to take advantage of the run event that could come your way. All right? And way too many of us are fixated on the grand slam or the great big home run. If you retool and refocus, I promise you, you will end up making more money consistently and you will not damage yourself emotionally, which is what we have a tendency to do in this market, actually in the market. All right? So keep your wits about you. Look for the higher lows and the higher highs. If it collapses and you want to see the movement to the downside, again, watch the candlesticks. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Watch for your technical indicators to roll. Then get involved and look to the left, right? That should be your mantra. Look to the left. Where am I going? And if you say to yourself, hey, there's nowhere else to look. If it's going up, how can I look to the left? Well, you can't there, obviously, but you can certainly look at your pivots, your Fibonacci's, your Gartleys. This is why you need to have a good toolkit to work in the market, because you won't be able to just focus on one sole tool to help you get to the next base. You've got to have a varied set of strategies and skills sitting in your tool belt. All right, that's it. Enough rambling. Good luck tomorrow.